everyone here has a vested interest in sports, right? Right. And I'm sure many are saying it's about time. I know I surely am, and definitely in returning to the ministry in this function, I'm very happy to be able to say that it has been a long time in the planning. It has been the goal of the ministry for many years, since 2010, when we attained country status. It has been the goal of government to give more attention to sports. And the Sports Foundation grew out of that, which still needs to come full force. But many initiatives, the Sports and Youth Department split, and therefore it created its own budget and its own department head in the person of Ms. Janelle Richardson, a very young athletic person herself. And lately, the department has grown and been strengthened even further by young professionals. So I look forward to many of the initiatives that have been in the planning for years to come to fruition sooner rather than later. We've seen the growth in the development at some of our sports facilities. Of course, we'd like to see many more and be able to showcase our talented artists, our talented athletes to the best of their ability, as well as host international events. Now, one of the things that is so wonderful about this evening is the Legends Awards, because so many of our young athletes today do not even know who these legends are. And this is a great first step in promoting them, in educating the population about them, and I think then we can actually start our Hall of Fame and get it going on a yearly basis, growing step by step. So I must congratulate the Sports Department and the National Sports Institute for collaborating together with the former minister, thank you, Mrs. Bourne-Gums, in getting this award ceremony planned and executed so beautifully today. And I know that I will sit there and be grinning from ear to ear when I see some of the legends who I saw play as a child and who I know about when we only had dirt fields and dirt soccer fields and dirt tracks and dirt everything. But guess what? Our athletes always shone. And we can see by the Usain Bolts of the world that you do not need to have a perfect track or field to excel.
For the first award of the evening, we would like to honor the very talented Jacobs brothers, Sam and Naldo. And to present this award, Ms. Fausha Winkler.
For those who know me and who don't, my name is Louis Bernard Jacobs, better known as Naldo Jacobs in St. Martin. This award to me is like, I just made a Hall of Fame. It's the greatest thing. And I'm very proud to have known that the people in St. Martin had me in their heart to make it possible that I could get this award, as well as my brother. I thank you all very much.
Without the assistance of the business communities and the many people who assist either through time, expertise, or financial contributions, in a lot of cases, the execution of sports would neither happen or difficulties would be experienced.
We at Nagico Insurances feel very much appreciated this evening for being awarded Best Sponsor. Of course, it is a very difficult economic time throughout the Caribbean, but Nagico believes in sports, and we have been doing this for many, many years, and I assure many of the young aspiring sportsmen and women, as well as the sporting organizations, that Nagico will continue to sponsor sports to the best of our ability or as far as our budget allows. Thank you very much.
It's 40 years of independence, Suriname. We live on St. Martin. There is a big Surinamese crowd living on St. Martin, where when we live here, we embrace the land we live on, And we come with our own things, we come with our cultures, we come with our behaviors, we come with who we are, but still, by being different, it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It's a good thing because culture is something that is very dynamic, and this is really something that we bring to the table to St. Martin. And on behalf of all the Surinamese people, I want to thank St. Martin for embracing us, for allowing us to be part of this nation. And when this initiative came, I first, you talk about it, I spoke about it with my husband, and I got some feedback. I thought, okay, that's nice, but who is going to welcome this initiative? And the first person I called was Monique Alberts.
Suriname lays on the north coast of South America. It is 160,000 square kilometers big, has a tropical climate, and is for 80% covered with tropical rainforest. It has a wealth of natural resources like oil, gold, bauxite, and water, and was rated the 17th richest country in the world in natural resources and the second richest in freshwater reserves. During the colonial era, from the 17th century on, in addition to the native Indians, new ethnic and cultural groups entered the country. Whites from Europe, Jews, African slaves, indentured laborers from China, India, and Indonesia, and Lebanese and Portuguese. During the last decade, Chinese and Brazilians entered the country. So the population of 550,000 is highly diverse in ethnicity, culture, and religion, without one group making up the absolute majority. I think something can relate with St. Martin here. Geographically, Suriname is on the South American continent, but historically and culturally it belongs to the Caribbean. About 50% of the population lives in the capital, Paramaribo. The country is a parliamentary democracy with 51 members of parliament. The government is headed by a president. For the longest time, Suriname has been a colony of the Netherlands. In the course of history, there were developments towards greater autonomy. In May 1866, 9 elected and 4 appointed members formed the first koloniale Staten van Suriname, the first kind of people's representation. In 1948, universal suffrage, algemeen kiesrecht voor mannen en voor vrouwen, was established and the first real elections were being organized in May 1949. And through the statute, het statuut van het Koninkrijk der Nederlanden of 1954, the colonies, including Suriname, but also St. Martin, gained internal autonomy and their populations acquired the Dutch nationality. And finally, on November 25th, 1975, Suriname gained full independence.
Afford what you crave, life just gets so good. KFC, so good for everyone.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
I started off with Safe Haven in the year 2000 as a volunteer, and as the years progressed, I believe it was in 2002, I became a board member of the board of Safe Haven. I was the public relations officer at the time, and as years progressed, I became the vice president. And recently, our past president, Miss Oldine Bryson Ponteflet, she resigned, and we had our new elections, and I became the president of the Safe Haven Board Foundation. Safe Haven is very dear to me because when I started with this, I actually was championing the cause of bringing about awareness against domestic violence against women. So every year on the 25th of November is recognized worldwide as the International Day of Eradication of Violence Against Women. And on this day, Safe Haven will be commemorating this day in the form of a silent witness march. And the silent witness march we started some 5-6 years ago, whereby we commemorate and remember persons who have passed and who are deceased because of violence. That's why it's called the Silent Witness March. So on that day, we come together and we march in silence. We have candles and we remember those who have passed because of violence. So our Silent Witness March will be held on Wednesday, the 25th of November. We will start at 6:30 p.m. in front of the courthouse in Phillipsburg. We will go up the front street, down back street, and back to the front street where we will assemble across from the courthouse on the square. And then we will have various activities, performances, commemorating persons who have lost their life to domestic violence.
For a while, and I always wanted to know what does inside of this building looks like, because I believe it's like almost 7 to 8 years that this building has been standing here, and majority of the people of St. Martin, I don't believe, have ever had a glimpse as to what inside the building looks like. So, you know, I've always been telling you that we gotta do something where the people can at least see it. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about or where I'm at, this is a new, supposedly government building. This is what inside, so if you come through the front door, this is what you're going to see on the inside of the new government building. And I'm assuming that there's panels that's supposed to go in and all kind of different stuff here, because it's one open big space. I'm talking about a building that has been sitting for 7 to 8 years. This would be a number of offices, and paneling probably got to come in all of these spaces. And why I'm saying that, when I look at these beams, right, you can see different type of outlets. Different type of outlets. So I guess all in here is going to be various or different type of offices, departments. So you're going to go from probably staff and one department to another department to another department. I wonder why they put tiles. Because look, you have a chip here, and every minute the tile chip, I guess you'll have to change. And then look at this, right? You have to change 2 tiles. You have to change 2 tiles, and that means you have to break up this whole tile here, because just for a little chip, because there's chip here and it's also chip there. So like I said, we just had a basic tour through the government building. I wanted the people of St. Martin to see what inside the building looks like, because I haven't seen it. This is the first time actually that I have been inside of this building. For all who have seen it before, that's a privilege, I believe. But I've never seen what inside of the building look like until today. And for everybody else who haven't seen it, St. Martin, this is what I want you to see. Again, you can bring awareness, but you should also try to bring solutions, especially if you're part of a government now that can make a decision, to get things done. And the same thing goes to the last time when I spoke about the dump. There must be a solution. There must be a solution, because we are going over and over and over the same things, repetitive, the same things. I could understand the frustrations of people when they say Parliament is doing nothing. I could understand that frustration. But Parliament can do so much. The ministers have a responsibility. They are the ones that carry out and execute the day-to-day operations. But when you're I'm trying to find nice words to say it, and it's unbecoming of me to find nice words. When you're greedy, and everything must be a deal. So to get the dump complete, there must be a deal that is beneficial for me. To get a government building complete, there must be a deal that is beneficial to me. To bring price control in the country, it must be a deal that is beneficial to me. Why must it be that I must get something from everything for the people? When is it that the people are going to get something and they are well deserved? When? How long? How long must, and you see I turning it into the rhetoric now and a different topic, so I'm going to leave that. But I'm saying, you're going to hear a lot of Christopher talking about completing this government building. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work that has to be done with it. And with a lot of work comes a lot of money. However, again, like I said earlier, it shouldn't be an excuse to not get it done, because we have spent a lot of money on many other things that were not necessary at that time. Let's take the causeway, for example. What is the priority of the country? So we spent, 50 million, I believe, on the causeway. But yet, this building that can take a lot of other government buildings and put it in one building is still standing and looking like this.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
Now for the individual score, should I do? Yes, let me do some individual scoring. We looked at some reading skills, and the judges, would like to acknowledge a few people in particular. Very good reading skills went to Mr. Joseph Lejuez. Excellent presentation was done by Jarice. He was on point. So one applause to him as well. And we also had to give props to Jason Baxter. Jason. In this presentation, he was one who was like, look, come on, let's talk, seriously. And also Leroy Sampson. The best part is he looks so surprised, like me. Alrighty then. Best speakers for the Mysterious Four. Oh, props for the names. When I heard the Master Geniuses and the Mysterious Four, they sounded like something you see in a comic book. Very, very good. Very good. Best speakers for the Mysterious Four, Mr. Leroy Sampson. For the Master Geniuses, Best Speaker honors went to Mr. Joseph Lejuez. Now for the scores. The total tally was actually pretty close. The winning team was 6 points better than the second place team. It was also a split decision. Judge 1 ruled it 62-60 in favor of the winning team. Judge 2 ruled it 66-54. And Judge 3 ruled it 48-56. So the winner of today's debate by split decision is, drum roll please, the Master Geniuses.
Issues regarding some of the students in Group 8C. And we sat down long and held discussion as to how we will go about working with these children to bring them up to the level that they're supposed to be. And we sat down and we came to a decision that we will then create an extra class besides the regular 8A and 8B to accommodate these young men. And as you can see, the 8 of them are here today. And they are really, with their teacher and also with the principal, doing their best to bring themselves up, not only in being able to perform in school, but also to take part in various different activities here at school, building their character. We are teaching them how to get along. We're teaching them life skills and, different parts as they develop. One of the things that they do is on Thursdays, we have the greenhouse in the back of our school, where they go there with their teacher and our gym coach, Mr. Watley, and also with our facility team, and they work in the greenhouse. They plant stuff, they harvest stuff. They even were able to cook a soup from some of the spinach that they harvested from the greenhouse. We also just recently started a youth cadet program for our students here at school, some of the boys and girls, and they also, grade 8C is part of this program. together with their teacher and the rest of the staff, we have been really working very hard to get them to this level where they are today, and we are extremely proud of how they were able to present themselves here in school.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. But I believed in them. I believed in them, and that is the most important thing. You know, a teacher said to me, aren't you scared that they're going to mess up or they're going to make a mistake? And I said, no, they're going to do just fine. That's right. You know, and I believe in them. And this has showed me that these boys can do anything any other student can do. And I am planning to work with these students. When I say work, I mean really work and focus in terms of their academics. And I am expecting great things. I have high expectations for them. So I am reaching for the sky, that if they fall, they'll fall and touch the stars. So it's not very far. So I'm setting the bar really high for them. I'm going to be working really hard because today they've showed us that they can do it.
Okay. So for the winning team, we have certificates sponsored by Magical for each member of the winning team, and it's for $100 each to go towards their education here at Hillside. It can be put towards school fee, uniforms, whatever they might need for school. So I'm going to give these each to you. The first one is from Mikaya. Cute.
You have to post it quick. Let it post it quick. Yeah. Bring it forward. Good stuff. Smile, Keith.
Next is Riley Stewart.